get so mad at me. They choke. Dad, they choke. I'm getting mad right now because I'm talking about it.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Dad, they're going to choke in the first round. Okay. Yeah, they're going to choke in the first round.
All right, Dad, let me have your synopsis of Kenny's dogging of the Spurs.
I'm not dogging them. I want them to do well. They're going to choke in the first round.
Woo.
What's today's date? Today,
ladies and gentlemen.
Today is April 18th. 2014, I'm going on record. I like the Spurs. I like the Spurs. They had a great season. But now that it comes time to crunch time, 1, they ain't getting no ring. 2, they're going to be out the first round. Thank you. Enough said.
Okay, Dad.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is my son. Love him. However, when it comes to the Spurs, he's always been biased. He was sit. I didn't say nothing when you was talking. I didn't say a word. I let you finish your conversation. Okay. First of all, he comes across as how much he loved the Spurs.
Yeah, you see that small print?
I like the Spurs, but anytime you say "but," anything that you've said before is negated. You know, like say a young guy telling a young lady, "I love you, honey," but what he said about loving her, that's gone. Anyway, getting back to my son and the Spurs. He is a closet Spurs hater. Anytime somebody comes out, oh, I love the Spurs, I want to see the Spurs do well, oh, blah, 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 but yet they are predicting the demise of the Spurs, or the demise of another team, whatever the case may be. Closet hater. Mark my word. Now, first round. The Spurs have been taken out in the first round maybe once or twice in 15 years. However, they are perennial deep. They are a team that goes into the playoffs deep every year. So they lost. They lost to Miami last year. 7-game series. Name me another team outside of the old Lakers and Boston that has accomplished the things that the Spurs have accomplished. 15 straight years of 50 games plus. Never missed the playoffs in the last 15 years. So if they get kicked in the first round, so what? How many teams are right now on vacation? The Spurs are not. And they will not go out in the first round. It's a good team. You know, I mean, I can't understand. This is my own son.
If I may propose, if I may propose a counter argument. Okay, two. Yeah, I'm a closet hater of the Spurs.
Absolutely. I picked you out. Look, I exposed you.
Because even when you want to like them, they make you hate them, just like the Swede. They are the Swede of the basketball realm.
Okay, now explain to people who the Swede is.
The Swede is Tony Parker. The Swede is Tim Duncan. The Swede is Ginobili.
Yeah, no, Tim Ginobili is the Swede. I can't stand him.
No,
last year
he was hurt.
I don't want to hear nothing. No. Last year during the championship series, he had me. And then when the Spurs came back to San Antonio, he had the nerve to be sitting up there at the highest point as they drove down the street or whatever. Man, he's like, I didn't throw rocks at him. I can't stand Ginobili.
In defense of Ginobili.
Oh boy.
Last year,
here we go.
One thing about it, if the Spurs stink, I'll say it. When we first came back from Germany, from Maine, and retired here in San Antonio, the Spurs were horrible. Out of 82 games, they might win 20 and lose 62.
Yeah.
Really. I was a Spurs fan then, I'm a Spurs fan now. In defense of the Spurs, I mean, look at their body of work. I mean, the body of work. What is your favorite team, by the way, bud?
It ain't the Spurs.
Well, who?
Dad, you asking this knucklehead about sports?
Yeah, who? He hates the Spurs.
As far as basketball goes, I don't have a favorite. I just know if I had a favorite, it wouldn't be the Spurs.
Good.
Does that work?
That'll work for me. That'll work for me. I mean, you know, people are always so critical of greatness. You know,
Spurs ain't great.
Dad, I live that every day.
You know what?
I deal with it every day, Dad.
Gilbert's crazy.
I mean, you know, a benchmark of 50 games a season. Some teams have never done that.
Okay, this is what
Wait a minute, bro. Some teams have done it once in the last, say, 10 years. The Spurs have done it every year for 15 straight
Okay,
years.
maybe they need to stop winning all those games in the season, lose a few. That way they have some wins for the playoffs.
Tell you what,
Am I right, Kelvin?
yeah, but no, let me tell you something there, young man. Go to the AT&T Center and look up at the banners. You're going to see 4 championship banners.
Yeah,
Wait just a minute.
1962,
Wait a minute.
1960.
You don't know what you're talking about,
I know.
man. Outside of the Spurs, winning their 4th, you got Boston and LA. That's it, brother. Boston has won about 9,000. LA.
Don't let Andy hear that.
But you got to give credit where credit is due. Boston has won their share. You have a man that played for Boston by the name of the great Bill Russell. He has 11 rings. He can put rings on all of his fingers and his 2 thumbs and a toe. Now, boy, I gotta give Boston their due.
Maybe
The Lakers
sign him.
The Lakers were excellent. Out of those 2 teams, they're the top notch for so far as championships are concerned. Then you have Chicago. Chicago won this year. And that's the Spurs. I don't know what your problem is, man. You have a problem with that.
I want to. I do. I'm from San Antonio. Well, I'm not from here, but I want them to do well. But then they're like the sweet.
Yeah, they can piss you off.
Yes.
You know.
They're up 100 to 80, and there's 13 seconds left, and then they win, and then they lose 120 to 100. You know, with 13 seconds left. I know it sounds impossible, but they make the impossible
You know
possible.
what? I'm not going to even.
Then I gotta hear Charlie Parker's mouth in the morning. Yeah, they stop analyzing it, man. Just give me the facts. They lost. They were up with 10 seconds left. They were up by 20 points, and at the last 2 seconds of the game, they lose by 30 points. Come on. And then they this and they didn't.
Dad, Kenny's got a very good point. He's got a very good point.
My twin is coming to my back. Yeah, I have a very good point. Am I right?
Because those numbers sound about right.
But
may I have your?
Here, a twin.
They're notorious.
A twin is coming to his back, and without me, they wouldn't even be here. So I don't even want to hear nothing like that. Now we gonna close this thing down on this. Obviously, a young man, my son, that doesn't know beans about sports.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just gonna lay it out there.
I mean,
it pains me to say this.
And you know, and speaking of pains you to say it, it pains me to see Kenny try to play any sport.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
It was rough to deal with. You know, hey, Dad, I'd rather watch girls play basketball. You know, that's hard to do.
We go. See, I didn't want to go here.
But since we're here,
I remember in Germany. We're in Germany, you know, they playing high school basketball. Ken is over there. He's mad at the coach. Coach wouldn't let him in. Coach let him in, and he's talking about the Spurs. I don't remember Ken. The ball going all over his head. The ball bouncing off his foot.
He's trying to play hacky sack with the basketball. He got it mixed up with soccer or something.
But you know what though? And sure, the Spurs, they frustrate me out a lot. But the thing of it is this: I'm not going to dog them when they have a good team. Every year, the Spurs are competitive. Every year, they might not win it this year. They might not go that deep into the playoffs. But everybody is afraid to come through here. The championship is going to go through.
Teams do. They'll set up their whole game plan. They'll do that with one team, and that's the Spurs.
And see, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. Wait.
Explain it to him, Dad. Explain it to him.
When it comes to playing the Spurs, okay, let's break this down. Let's take the Los Angeles Clippers.
Okay.
They're called Lob City. CP3, who is
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. He throws a lob up, and Griffin is dunked about. They call it Lob City. Tell me how many championships Lob City has won. These are your high flyers, man. Everything is a dunk. It's just all over the place. Your high flying teams win nothing when it comes to the championship.
Because they have no fundamentals.
What wins championships, first of all, is good defense And what it's called now, there's a new terminology for teams like the Spurs and Memphis, another one. They call it old man basketball. Throw the ball into the post, but they have perimeter shooters that are outstanding. If you look at the Spurs play and you really know better, ask anybody who really knows sports. They play very good basketball. They pass the ball, they move without the ball, they have good shooters, they play fundamentally sound.
So in other words,
Tim Duncan,
their soccer players shoot into a hoop.
oh man, you know what? I'm going to end this on this note, ladies and gentlemen. I see right now that he's lost. Somewhere down the line, I try to bring my sons up, you know, have them ready for society, have them ready for the workforce, etc. But when it comes to sports knowledge, something is not right here. I dropped the ball. I take full responsibility for my son here. I dropped the ball.
That's all, folks.